Hello, party people. It's Monday. I missed the whole weekend with you guys. I was out of town at a concert. Jason Mraz, who is one of my favorite human beings on the planet, had a concert with it's called the Contemporary Youth Orchestra. So really amazing program for urban youth. He was in a very similar program himself, so he was asked to come be part of this, and he was happy to. And it was really amazing. They composed a bunch of his songs into orchestral pieces, and a fantastic night. So quick trip out of town for that, and back to work today. So I'm going to change Charli, and I wanted to ask you guys something. Have you ever, I kind of already know some answers, but have you ever just gotten bored and changed things up? Or gotten overwhelmed and just purged? And just gotten sick of thinking about things and just moved on with your dolls? And that's part of the reason that I'm here with Charli, because I got to tell you, the amazingness of this sculpt is in how the limbs are sculpted so perfectly that no matter how they fall in such a character-filled way. And so, as my question may allude to, I've actually toyed with the idea recently of letting her go from my collection. Shock and gasp, I know, and I know that there will be a lot of my subscribers who will be surprised and maybe even upset. A few people upset by that because she's so incredible. Or, yeah, she's so incredible, but she's so loved. And I'm looking at it right now, and I'm telling you it's not happening right now. And the thing that is, this is a really cute outfit, by the way. I'll just jump in real quick. I'm going to put her in this. I actually bought this because I thought it would be really cute for Niklaus, because it's mother care. But it's mother care, well, it's little one. Mother care new baby, and he wears tiny baby. So actually it's going to fit her better. But also, I really haven't dressed her like an itty bitty classic baby in a long time. So I thought maybe I would do that. Anyway, sometimes there's other things in my life that I want to do and like to do that cost money. So that's part of it. But then when the dolls just sit, I know that this has been a topic that we've covered before, but when the dolls just sit, you start to feel like, meh. You know, here's this very expensive item that's just taking up space that, you know, have I lost my thrill with it? You know, maybe it's time to freshen things up. And on the other side of it, especially when you're talking about like a very rare sold out kit, and one that, in my opinion, she's done very uniquely. This was the first Sally that I ever saw that was done with a super short blonde haircut. Now, I didn't see that many before because I came around after the popularity of this sculpt had passed. But she's got a certain character to her as well. It's not just the sculpt. It's also Charli in and of herself. But I'll drive myself nuts with making decisions about my collection to the point where I feel like I just need to just move on, you know? and stop thinking about it. And then all of the other competing emotions jump in there, cause me to second guess myself and all of that. So I'm curious though. Sorry about the dogs, you guys. I don't know what they're barking at. But anyway, I'm curious, do you ever just change it up when there's no unhappiness with a particular doll, and maybe you actually really, really love the doll, but for reasons that you can't necessarily verbalize, it's just time to move on? And do you feel conflicted about that, or are you one of the collectors who, you know, once you decide to sell, you decide to sell, and that's it. It just becomes a doll at that point, and you're done. Inquiring minds want to know. There's so much that goes along with collecting expensive things. You know, there's, you know, how much do you want to invest in your collection? How much, you know, fluidity do you want, or do you want to continue to accumulate, you know, massive amounts of capital invested in these items? Are you a collector for life, or are you enjoying, you know, enjoying sculpts and then enjoying new sculpts? And I guess that's part of it. Kind of semi-losing my train of thought because of the puppies. I'm wondering what they're barking at. But yeah, so that's my question. Oh, we've had so many topics of what kind of collector are you, and do you feel guilty about selling? And, you know, I know sometimes we talk about things over and over, but sometimes the emotions come up over and over. She's really very cute. So the other aspect of it is, you know, I have the babies up on a shelf, which I've shown you little clips of before. And it always kind of like, it never sat realistically with me when I saw other people have their babies all propped up, sitting up in a row. Number one, because you wouldn't have multiple babies of all different kinds unless you were adopting a lot of children. And two, newborns don't sit up. And they definitely don't sit up on a shelf. So it's a great solution for being able to see them and having them up out of the way and protected and displayed at the same time. But it removes that baby bond, if you will. It really, they become more just dolls, and less, that imagination part of it for me diminishes. I definitely think that plays a role. If you want to say it affects the bond, it changes the magic, however you want to put it. Look at, she looks very cute in white. She looks very cute as a baby. Oh, we love Miss Charli girl. I love this outfit on her. Oh, I look forward to hearing what y'all think, you know, on the topic. I go back and forth. You know, my life is so intense and busy right now. And, you know, all of our lives are intense and busy. So it almost is annoying to say that and to hear myself say that. But it's true. I used to have a lot of time, and it also points out to me just how much time I would whittle away with playing with the dolls, because there's so much less of it now that I can feel how much I actually used to spend. The beautiful photos I used to compose, all the videos I used to make. I used to just, any little coffee break I could take throughout the day when I was working from home, I would do that. And I had privacy to do it. And now it's much less so. And then when I do have time, there's almost a guilt involved with spending it on playing, which is silly, because you know, I take time for myself, and I think that's important. But at the same time, you know, there's just layers. There's layers of feeling to that. I'm very glad that I took her down and spent just a couple of moments with her and looked at her like this, because I'm in love all over again. Just because you're in love doesn't mean that you don't sell. I think that's true, and that's part of what I'm asking you. But I think, you know, to ask the question, is the thrill gone? Am I bored with her? I think that it's not her. You know, it's just, it's everything else. And I think that if you decide to sell every doll you have, or you never sell any of them, either one is fine. I don't think it's something to get personally offended by or worked up about. But it can be a monumental decision, because a lot of them are one of a kind, you know. All right. There she is. That's all I really wanted to do, is come on and change her and spend a couple of minutes and check in with you guys. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you had a great weekend. I know the week just started. I look forward to hearing and reading your thoughts, and while I don't always get a chance to reply, I have the intention of replying to every single comment. But, you know, life moves quickly, and if you don't stop to look around every once in a while, it'll pass you by. We are sending out much love from our nursery to yours. Thank you for stopping in, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye for now.